really means in practice for Americans nationwide next week on the program. A reporter for the Central Right News website, The Bulwark, where he writes the false flag.
I had thought that I would have like a window, you know, a few hours where it wasn't raining, but looks like it's just not worth it. I'll just go tomorrow. I'll get an earlier start tomorrow after I drop my son off at school and hope we get some sunny pictures. I don't want to be out there and have it be dark, cloudy. Alright, well, I'm in southwest Wichita. This little exit to my right is where I turned off yesterday. Basically, it's when I decided I'm not going, but I'm gonna commit to it this morning. It's foggy, but not needing my wipers, so it's supposed to clear up, I hope. And just like that, I'm out of the fog. That feels really good, I'm not gonna lie. Really windy, but sunny. Cold, wind chill, makes it feel like the 30s. Muddy, you know, whatever. Just shot one picture. I'm gonna go to Hardtner next and see what I can find. It's a lot of mud like that. I am not messing with that. So needless to say, an extremely windy day. It wasn't the most wind that I had seen. In fact, I was in Coffeyville earlier this year and had a tripod knockover, left a nasty gash on the side of my car. Thankfully, the 8x10 has never been blown over. It's actually a lot more likely to get knocked over by a wind gust. But anyway, the exposure on a day like this was 30th of a second at f32. I wish the shutter speed was more like 1/125th of a second. I should probably just go ahead and shoot 400 ISO, but I like the 125. So I'm sitting here for about 2.5 minutes waiting for the wind to just die down just even a little bit. You're sitting there listening for it. And that wasn't so much frustrating as much as the angle. You can see the sun is coming straight at the side of my camera, and so the film holder is really susceptible to light leaks when the sun's coming at that angle. And of course, this truck drove by, the one truck that passed me all day. My tripod was out in the middle of the road and I had to get it out of the way, so I kind of rushed that last one. But regarding the telescope, I've dabbled with a telescope for 20 years now. I did a lot of rooftop moonrise, moonset time lapse when I was in New York City. This is telescope version 2.0, thanks to Grant Seymour, sort of on long-term loan from him, so thanks, Grant. Anyway, I thought I'd bring it along. I wanted to kind of see how easy it would be to superimpose the images on top. Actually required a lot more finagling in Photoshop to get those to line up. But I like the idea of the 8x10 and the telescope. You know, they represent the opposite extremes of the spectrum in terms of my photographic arsenal. Not sure how much more experimentation I'll do with this, but you think of the 8x10, they always talk about how sharp the pictures are, but I actually found that the telescope images were far more revealing, obviously just because you're so zoomed in. I can see lots of detail that the 8x10 wouldn't show. But this trip was a little bit of a head scratcher. These two towns, Kiowa and Hardtner, really occupy the same space. I was so limited on how much I could travel. I would have maybe liked to have gotten a little bit of difference between the two pictures, and the two pictures kind of are the same picture in a lot of ways, but I was glad to be able to get out and back, have my film processed and home by 1 o'clock that day. So that was really all I wanted to do this week that I was off for Thanksgiving.